had a tendency to take any challenging situation and immediately go to the worst case scenario and have that be almost that was is absolutely what was going to happen, and it would take me down a very stressful path of expending a lot of unnecessary mental and emotional energy towards preventing this outcome that is probably impossible to happen anyway, but that I'm convincing myself this is what's going to happen. I like to joke that it's me, homeless, under a bridge. My family hates me, broke. Um, but it was requiring a lot of mental energy, and
Okay.
it was really interfering with my ability to put my time and energy towards more productive endeavors. I was getting exhausted from the cycle of going through, challenge presented, worst case scenario, oh, that didn't happen. What's next? Oh, things are going well. Challenge presents, worst case scenario. It's exhausting. It's an emotional roller coaster, and it doesn't benefit me, it doesn't benefit my team, it doesn't benefit my family. And so a little more, I would say, focused stability and preparing myself, adding that extra layer of um, kind of mental muscle to be able to endure these challenges without these ebbs and flows, these roller coasters, as it were. Yes. And not to mention, there were also physical manifestations that, trouble sleeping because you're just playing out these worst case scenarios over and over, an inability to fully be present with my family and the
Mm.
time that I had allotted to them to just this is time for my children, for my wife, and instead I'm just going over. I specifically remember scenarios where I just could not enjoy that time because I was just so consumed in my mind with the challenges I was facing at work. I was thinking a lot about the program Positive Intelligence. It just came up a couple days ago. We've all experienced this as business owners. We're sitting in front of our computer and the email comes in and it's like a bomb goes off. It's some pretty shocking news. This is going to require a lot of time and energy. And, while it's not, and, something that's going to blow everything up, but it's something that you're gonna have to deal with. And I know that in the past, my response to that would have been, get up, go for a walk, start pacing, thinking about the worst case scenario, freaking out, maybe even like, having it spill out into my relationships, whether with my team or my family a little bit. And you know what I did this time? I took a deep breath and I did a few
What?
PQ reps with my finger. I thought about it. I was upset and I was over it in a couple of minutes. And went immediately to where's the opportunity here? How can I fix this? And it was amazing. It was a complete transformation. I approached the scenario completely different than I would have 6 months ago. I have an 8-year-old and a 3-year-old, and anyone who has children knows that they can be challenging. They know how to press your buttons. They're a it's a wonderful way to learn adaptation and patience. But I think that the tools that I've been able to develop through positive intelligence have made me even more patient and have made me that kind of parent that I only read about, in these stories, this sort of Atticus Finch type, the ones who can take, the worst scenario, most stressful, and they don't raise their voice, they don't scream, and they don't, lash out at their kids, but they just sort of calmly go through a situation. And I have two very energetic kids who like to sometimes very independent minded. And it's challenging sometimes to keep my cool, but I'm much better at that. And I can see now that responding with sort of heightened emotion is contagious. And you're going to get that same feedback back from a kid. But if you can approach your child with, you know, calm approach. And half the time, my son's actually told me this before. He says, Dad, I like it when you talk to me because it really calms me down when you're approaching a tough situation when I'm upset. He's literally told me that. And it's been great. And it's been wonderful for our relationship.
Somewhere, baby, it's part of me, apart from me.
I would say I am 46 years old. And some of these tools, it has taken me half my life to come to appreciate. But these are, we go to seminars and we learn things and we forget things, but these are tools that can actually bring happiness and peace for the rest of your life. And I mean, for me, there's, you can't even put a price on that. I mean, it's so invaluable to have this, positive, this ability to keep an even keel and a positive approach to things, even in the most challenging of situations. And one of the things I've really appreciated the most is learning how every challenging situation, everything that we might call a catastrophe or whatever, there's a gift in there somewhere, and you just have to find it. And I just love that approach, and it completely turns the situations on its head. And for example, in my business right now, I'm facing a few different challenges that in the past I would have immediately gone to worst case scenario. Now I'm thinking to myself, I'm so glad that I have these opportunities to fix these things to make my business better, because on the other side of it, I know how much better off I'm going to be. I mean, that's the approach I have now. So highly recommend it. It's been a game changer for me. Thank you very much, Libby. It's been awesome.